One. We're live. What's up, everyone? It's your host, Sunny Ray, for the Sunny Ray Show. Thanks again to our sponsors, Raz Rocket. Today, I'm joined by Gaurav Sethi. How's it going, Gaurav?
Excellent. How about you, Sunny?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's a bit of a cold day here up in Canada, but you get used to it after a while. So, Gaurav,
It's funny
you
in San Fran.
yeah, go
It's sunny
ahead.
in San Francisco, so that's perfect.
I was talking to some family down in Texas, and they were saying it's actually quite miserable down there right now, or at least in comparison to what they normally.
Yeah, the East Coast, Midwest has a lot of snow. I believe 20 inches of snow, and my kids live in Leesburg, and even they called and they said school's shut, everything's shut. But I'm in San Francisco. It's bright and sunny here, and it's
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Whereabouts in San Francisco are you? Are you in the Bay Area
Yeah,
or?
in the San Francisco city.
Awesome. I spent about 3 months out there last year. So Gaurav, why don't
Oh.
you kick us off? Tell us a little bit about yourself first of all, a little bit about your company, Shelfex, and then we'll take a little bit of time to get into all those topics. But maybe just give us like a couple lines so people know what to expect.
Hmm. I'm a simple, straightforward person. I normally like to put a line that I more believe in when I talk about myself, which is that I'm a simple guy living on this planet and trying to do things, trying to build my life as fulfilling and as happy as I possibly could. Yeah, that's about me. Uh, my company's name is Shelfex. We can be reached at shelfexecution.com. We are building and are operating an operating system for CPGs to build their sales pipeline and sales business in, which means that we provide them a real-time sales execution solution, both in retail as well as in online, and eventually provide them with an omni-channel sales strategy, which can also funnel into our future product, which is ShelfAmp, which would be optimizing ad spend as well as customer acquisition cost for anyone who's selling anything online.
That's a big undertaking. I like that. I want to double click on that, but before we do, Gaurav, why don't I like to begin kind of with the backstory? Yeah, like where does it all begin for you? Just curious, where were you brought up, and yeah, what was kind of your worldview before you got into tech and entrepreneurship and all this crazy stuff?
So I grew up in India, in Delhi, born and brought up in Delhi. Uh, Last decade or so has been in Gurgaon. Gurgaon also happens to be, Bangalore is called the Silicon Valley of India, but Gurgaon happens to be a city where a lot of tech talent comes in, primarily because it's a big city, good infrastructure. A lot of big companies are putting up offices. So I got involved with tech. And my first marriage, uh, my ex-wife, her family was in tech business. They were very kind to give me a position in their company to understand how sales execution work. They weren't in tech; they were basically in sales execution business, and that helped me understand, sales execution as an industry. Also helped me understand how I could leverage technology, uh, and you know, I heard something very interesting which resonates with this point, right? Which is that, do you know who are the smartest people on the planet? And the answer to that for a very long time has been programmers, code writers are the smartest people on the planet. Do you know who AI replaced first as soon as it came?
The smartest people on the planet?
It did not. That means they weren't the smartest people, right?
Okay,
If they
okay.
were the smartest people, they wouldn't get replaced first. So, writing code, building tech products is not what smartest people do. Smartest people are supposed to be intuitive, people who understand what the evolving tech can do for them. Uh, so, so when I quit from that job, or rather let go, when I was let go from that job after getting divorced, uh, uh, I decided to leverage the knowledge base I had gained over the years in retail execution and understand how I could align tech and the evolving AI technology into those business and bring it to the forefront. So today we are amongst probably the forerunners in retail execution. 100% AI-based, completely vertical organization in the world. We also have a product that I think no one else on the planet would have, which is that using our application, you can actually build a 3D map of your entire outlet, even if it's like a 200,000 square feet of outlet. So these are some of the technologies that we are building and inculcating. Uh, to be honestly, these are not path-breaking technologies. This is not something that I'm innovating for the first time. We are just using something that's available on the planet already. Somebody has built, but it's not using to the use case that we are applying it to. So just to put it in a more simplified manner, we are not building an LLM, we're not ChatGPT, but we're building a real product, which has technology that we own, the IPs that we own, and the use cases that are very unique to the CPG industry.
Fascinating. Very interesting. Uh, Thank you for sharing that backstory as well. Gaurav, so you said there's AI that's kind of like a deep part of this solution. What was your like aha moment with AI? Like, was it the ChatGPT thing, like most people nowadays, or were you curious about this tech, prior to that, or?
I have been curious about AI from the beginning, and ChatGPT was not my aha moment. As a matter of fact, when ChatGPT launched, I was amongst the first few people who downloaded the app, I think. I was not really fascinated. Uh, you have to understand, I'm still not fascinated with AI, just FYI. I think AI is in very, very nascent stages. We're going to really learn how this is going to transform the world over the next few years. In the meanwhile, whoever is saying whatever they are saying about AI and predicting about AI are all fiction, science fiction. I don't know how it's going to turn out to be. It's not a technology. It is replacing intelligence, which means that we are building a technology which will build technology. So it's not like computers, right? That computers were a tool. Uh, Internet is a tool that we use. AI is not a tool. AI is a technology which will be equivalent to human intelligence. The only superiority that we hold over it as we understand AI today is um, our humanity, nothing else. I think over everything else, AI is going to beat human intelligence over the next. Even in our industry, right? We use AI for shelf recognition. There've been instances where I'm giving a demo to a client, and the client is saying, "Oh no, the ice cream in the image is, let's say, lemon flavor," and I'm saying, "But the AI says it's pistachio flavor." No, your AI is predicting wrong, and we zoomed in. It was actually pistachio flavor. Humans were looking at it wrong with our own two eyes, and not one human, like five humans were looking at it wrong in that call. So AI already is far superior than and intelligent than what human beings are. Uh, I'm yet not fascinated with it, but I'm really curious about how it is going to impact our lives in the future. I'm fascinated with robotics.
Well, that is an area that I'm also very passionate about. I spent 8 years in robotics. My wife is a mechatronics engineer. If you look, yeah, if you look this way, you can see a 3D printer right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm a big fan as well. In fact, my last interview was with a guy who had worked with Elon Musk on Optimus.
Oh,
So
wow.
just like 2 hours ago. So tell me about your fascination with robotics. In fact, that's one of the three pillars that I talk about on this show.
Fascinated with robotics, actually fascinated with the human anatomy, right? How perfect this body is. And uh, humanoids is a particular interest of mine. So if you're working with someone who's working on Optimus and you just interviewed them, love to meet them and understand how they're building it. Probably will not be able to build it myself, but somebody who can replicate this hands, which has about, our human hand has over 150 motors in it. We just call them joints and ligaments. So in order to build a human hand, you need 150 micromotors to build an effective human hand. Can you imagine? And nothing in our hand is controlled from our hand. The entire control is in our forearm. Just imagine how that functions. Such a fascinating piece of machine human body is, and replicating that into robotics fascinates me.
In fact, I read that Elon started by working on the hand, and so I mentioned all these things.
Did he build it properly or did he give it up? He's not the one to give it up, but was he successful in building it
I'm talking about
yet?
Optimus. I mean, yeah, I don't know that I see it at the mall. I see it on the internet. I haven't seen it live in person yet, but I forgot to mention the main thing. So I spent 8 years working in robotics, but that was about 13
Awesome.
years ago. So prior to that, so my the first half of my career was essentially selling robots to university professors and deans all over the world. In fact,
Right.
that's why I moved out to India, in 2011, was on behalf of that company to sell to IITs. They were our customers. IIST, the space, the one in Trivandrum. Anyway, so I'm fascinated by robotics. In fact, today, even I'm the director of a public company here in Canada called Global Humanoid, where we essentially invest in a whole bunch of
Wow.
humanoid companies. So this is an
Wow.
area that's near and dear to my heart. Is it part of Shelf Exec, like in terms of your current roadmap, or is it something that you fascinate as tinker with on the side?
Robotics is in the future of Shelfex, 100%. Shelfex wouldn't be able to scale to the level we want to. I want to scale it without robotics. So currently, what we're doing is, one part of Shelfex is the background noise troubling you, or is it okay?
I can hear it,
I'm
but
at the.
it's okay.
I work out of my gym mostly right now,
Your
so
gym?
there is background noise. Yeah, I don't have an office. Probably from tomorrow I'll have. But at this
Okay,
moment, I'm still working out in my gym.
fair
So there's a
enough.
lounge area in the gym where I work out.
Yeah, I can make out what you're
So,
saying. Keep going.
so, yeah, robotics is in the future of Shelfex. Right now, how Shelfex's retail execution business works is that we provide application to our clients, and their sales team use that application in order to measure their shelves and what exists on the shelf and what should be on the shelf, and find out the gap and fulfill it. That's broadly how we work right now. But this is a very short term fix to a very big problem. The very big problem is that in real time, if we always want to know what exists on the shelves, then we have to have continuous presence on the shelf, which means either we invest into robots, which go into these outlets and make videos or take images of these shelves, or we install cameras on these shelves. One of the two has to work. Uh, I don't know which one will it be, but both will be something to do with robotics. I don't think without that, Shelfex can scale a couple of years from now. Yeah.
So can you just explain a little bit more about Shelfx? So you said is anybody who runs a retail store online can use this product, and what problem are they solving
Yeah.
by using it?
So let me first state what the problem statement is. The problem is that while CPGs have huge retail presence, they have a blind
Can,
spot
can you
as
even
to
can you sorry, I can assume a lot of people don't even know what CBG is. What can you
consumer packaged goods.
okay, there you go.
Consumer packaged goods, whether it's somebody selling juice in a retail store or Coke or Pepsi, Nestle, all of them are CPG. Right? Anyone who's selling anything that is packaged and is meant for consumption is consumer packaged goods. The name explains itself. So, consumer packaged goods companies have a blind spot as to how their products' presence is on the shelves. So, let's take any CPG, for example. Let's take Pepsi or Coke or Dr. Pepper's or Tropicana juice or any one company. They've supplied their product to the retailer. They have a contract with the retailer that their product has to be present on the shelf, and there is a planogram that has been confirmed between this CPG, which means let's say Pepsi, and the retailer. Let's say, for example, for the sake of this conversation, let's say Walmart. So Walmart says I will place on a shelf, you know, your products as well as other CPG products, whether it's Coke or Dr Pepper or anyone else, and 20% of the shelf will be yours. Third product from on the first shelf will be Pepsi, fourth will be Mountain Dew, so on and so forth, right? Now, Pepsi has a blind spot. They don't know if this compliance has been met or not. Is their product even present on the shelf or not? While they supply the goods, they don't know what's on the shelf because they can't see what's on the shelf. because they do send a sales rep to the outlet, but there is no real visibility to the leadership as to what is there on the shelf. So what we provide is an application where the sales rep, instead of visiting the outlet, spending 30 minutes understanding what's sitting on the shelf, what's the gap between the planned merchandising plan and the reality on ground, he just clicks on it and done. We provide him all the analysis, all the insights in real time on his mobile application as to what was agreed, replaced on the shelf, what exists on the shelf, what is the gap, and how can that gap be fulfilled.
Wait, you're talking about physical shelves in stores.
Yeah, physical
Yeah. Okay. So
shelves.
wait, hold on. So there's some vision feedback. By the way, your audio is good, but it's a bit muffled at times. Yeah. So I mean, we might. I'll post this, but if we might want to do it again, the interview, just because it is a bit hard to hear you. Yeah. But can you? So is there some? So how do you as a company figure out what the actual status of the shelf is? Like so, like you said, Pepsi wants to know. So are you using cameras? I missed that part.
Yeah, so we provide our application to the sales rep that go to the outlet. This application is on these sales reps' mobile phone. So instead of them making physical notes or even digital notes as to what is the product presence on the shelf, they just click an image or make a video.
Gotcha.
Once
Gotcha.
they click
Gotcha.
an
Okay.
image
Now
or
it
make
makes
a
sense.
video, we get a complete vision of what the shelf or the wall or the aisle
Interesting.
looks like,
Interesting.
and
Okay.
we're able to evaluate what is the product presence on the shelf vis-a-vis what was planned.
Got you. I got you. And you're saying you guys are like one of the few companies that do this?
So there are multiple companies. I think over 2022 companies now who do this. What we are unique in is that we have built a product which you can actually take a video. We can use our application, open the camera, make a video of the entire retail outlet, and we'll provide you with a 3D map of the entire outlet, which means you will know how each and every aisle looks. And then we overlay that 3D map with the reallogram, which is what is actually happening in the outlet. And the planned outlet plans versus the real outlet performance, we are able to provide insights not just for one shelf but the entire outlet, entire store. Also, that way, the CPGs as well as retailers are able to understand where are the pillar, where are the blind spots inside the retail outlet.
Got you. Interesting. And where does the AI come in exactly into this application? Are you using
Yeah,
computer
so
vision or yeah?
yeah, computer vision is basically AI, right? AI has several aspects of it, and because we use LLMs, large language models, we most of the people normally confuse AI with just large language models, right? The whole computer vision, the whole modeling, the understanding of what exists inside of the video or the image that we are taking is computer vision. It's all in real time, and that all is part of artificial intelligence. Actually, that is from where it all started, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Recognizing images is from where AI started. The
Yeah.
first chapter of AI was in computer vision.
Yeah, I actually went to University of Toronto, so
Oh,
I
you
know
did,
I know
right,
all
right,
about it. Yeah,
right.
and I live here still. So this is fascinating. This is interesting. Well, you said it's not fascinating, but you are intrigued by it. So that was a comment I wanted to come
No,
back
no,
to.
no.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I'm not fascinated yet with AI. I mean, it's not. We are not breaking ground with it at all at this point in time. We're doing a lot of great stuff. Yeah, we're close to driving self-driving cars. Some of them are existing, like Waymo and SF, but they're still like hard coded, right? The map is hard coded into the application layer of Waymo. Once the FSD of Tesla is exists where it does not need maps. It can actually just see the way two humans can see with two eyes and drive the car around. That for me will be very, very fascinating.
Oh, okay, I
They're,
see what you're
they're,
saying. Yeah.
they're close to that. They're
Yeah.
close to that, but they haven't yet fully launched it. Uh, I think they have, but it's still not fully reliable, is what I mean. So
I've been
while
driving a Tesla for 5 years. I've got what's it called? The I don't have FSD, but Elon gave it for free for like a couple months as like a promotion, and I tried it, and
Yeah,
I was blown away. I was blown away. I couldn't believe
yeah,
it. I mean, in San Francisco, the wildest thing are these like Waymos, right? They just drive around like ghosts, like nobody in this passenger seat.
yeah.
Like that I
Now,
still have a hard time getting over.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me
Mm.
wrong. It is really interesting and
Yeah, yeah,
intriguing,
yeah.
but it still does not. Waymo does not fascinate me. You know how Waymo is built is that the map of San Francisco is hard coded into
Yeah,
its
yeah, yeah,
software, right?
yeah.
So it's not intelligence. It's rules based, and there is intelligence too. A lot of intelligence, by the way. But FSD will be fascinating because that
Yeah.
means we don't need to hard code maps.
Mm.
That really means human intelligence level intelligence. That means just by two eyes, they're looking at the. Right now, they have like I think lidar working, sonar, a lot of technology is working in order for that Waymo to keep running on the road, and it's still making a lot of mistakes. But it is still specified. Like it's like what we do in Shelfex, right? If we have products of a particular CPG train, we can identify them. But if we don't have those products trained, we are not able to identify them yet. So now what we're doing is we're building models to identify all kind of products all over the world. We're picking up products from every part of the world and training it in our models so that tomorrow anybody from any country can walk into Shelfex and say, okay, we want to use your services. We will be ready for them. We don't need to train a new model for them. But the best thing would be that we don't need to train models, right? Just like a human can read and understand, oh, wow, this is Pepsi. Okay, this is blue color. It's cola drink. It's got so and so ingredients. This is what the purpose it serves. Like, if you go to a new country by looking at a packaging and a product and just holding it and reading it, you can understand what that product is, right? That level of intelligence is what I think FSD will be in driving.
Cool. I like that. So Gaurav, I think we're at the end of our interview. Maybe so some of my major themes are AI, like I told you, robotics, and just entrepreneurship, right? So you seem like a very interesting guy, and you also seem like you have a very interesting story. So in terms of like where like entrepreneurship, what's been your relationship with it? Is it like did you say you started Shelfex in the last few years, or when did you begin it? And I don't know, like what's been the most like challenging part of this journey? And then also just finish up by maybe sharing people with like how they can learn more about you if you're on like Twitter or whatever,
So,
and then your website and stuff like that as well. Yeah.
so entrepreneurship is not by accident in my case, right? I was born to be an entrepreneur. This is my third stint at being an entrepreneur. My first business was starting a website in 2009 where you could design your own shirt. So, you could pick the kind of collar you want. That technology got bought over by another company, and we signed an NDA to not disclose who bought over that technology. But that was my first business. The second also failed. This is the third time around, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and it looks good this time. So I'm somebody who likes to build businesses, who likes to build products. This is the first time when AI has enabled that I build products without knowing the real technology, without being a coder or an engineer. By profession, by my education, I'm a fashion designer. So there's just no correlation between AI and fashion design at this point in time. But that's AI has enabled us to build products with this. I registered this company in end of 2023, but played with the idea of what to build. We essentially started operation last year in Feb. May is when we got our first client onboarded. And the product has been iterating since. We are working with some of the largest conglomerates in the world. Uh, the biggest challenge has been fundraising for me, nothing else. Business comes if you put in effort, business will come. We started operations in India, and we are working with some of the largest FMCG companies in India. We're proud of the fact that we have a great team behind me. Uh, Honestly, I'm now operating out of San Francisco, and my team is working out of Gurgaon, running all operations, doing product building, product iteration, all on their own. And this has been achieved in less than a year. Like any year will be next month, 1st of Feb. So that's something to be proud of, the team that we built, which is operating on its own. The challenge has only been raising the funds, and that has essentially been because we are an American company, and we were operating in India, which means that Indian VCs couldn't invest in us. Like there are a bunch of regulations that they have hoops that they have to jump over in order to invest in an American company. I'm here in the last few weeks. We've been able to, couple of months, we've been able to close an angel round. We've just started our seed round. We've gotten our first check. We haven't even started the seed round actually. We already got our first check in. So it looks like we're in the right place now in order to raise the money and build the products the way we want to build them. The roadmap looks good. Anybody wanting to reach me, I'm available on LinkedIn, and they can look up Gaurav Sethi Shelfex and shelfexecution.com.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Gaurav. I'll post this in the next few days, and I'll give you a little ping. But thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and we do
No
this
problem.
again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sorry about the background noise. Maybe next time I'll be more careful about it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording. Just hang out for like 30 seconds. Yeah.